Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights 2, Mask of the Betrayer. Last episode, we did some running around and tried to complete a few things in town. While we did manage to complete one of the 3 challenges in the Ice Troll Lodge, and we did also manage to explore a bit further in the Vault of the Dead God, we still couldn't complete 2 of the other challenges, and the Vault of the Dead God remained, well, one area we still couldn't get through. Still, at least we got some progress. Now, it's back to the main story, and we have to speak to the Keeper of Doors in order to basically go to somewhere. Hopefully we'll find out more information. I'd like to open one of the doors outgoing. I would like to go to the Academy of Shapers and Binders in Thay. That path was shut by the Red Wizard Nephris when she last departed the Room of Doors. Nephris? That would mean that my mother really is the Red Wizard who's been visiting Leanna. I suppose that shouldn't surprise me. Shall I break the seals she set in place? Yes, break the seals. The golem is silent for a long moment, its face impassive. You begin to wonder if it has gone dormant once again. But then, the seals are withdrawn. The way is open. Alright, in we go to Thay. And here we are. There's fire things there. Okay, that goes back to the workshop. Well, we're in Thay. And that must be it. And, oh look! I see a bunch of... yeah, that's not pleasant. Gnolls. Didn't expect gnolls to be guarding this place. Well, fortunately, we're able to do a fair bit of damage. Next target. We can go up to here. Maverick Fire Elementals. Can we actually speak to these? Not exactly. I mean, we can interact with them, but there's not really a point to it. There appears to be something up here, though. Let's finish looting these bodies and then see what's up there. It looks hostile. That just means there's loot. There's nests here. Oh, those are wyverns.
They will die by my
kill the wyverns. There's one. There's 2. And now goes the 3rd. Doesn't look like there's anything else up here, just a bunch of nests. Alright, back down we go. Towards the main gate. Where there's more guards. Oh, and there's even guards up there. Guards I can't actually get to. Interesting. Oh wait, I think I can. Just gotta open the gate and use this ladder. Now finish that guy. Thank you. one up there. Oh, there's two up there. Come on, we can get in here. It's interesting that they're all so hostile. Oh, crap. Please bash this open. Thank you. You bastards trying to keep me from killing you. Now for the other one. And there we go. That's all the guards. Don't worry, I'll bash... And the gate's been bashed open. Good. Now let's get the remaining loot here. Alright. This sign bears the name and coat of the this sign bears the name and coat of arms of the Academy of Shapers and Binders. Across the bottom is its motto: nothing is immutable. Alright. In we go. Bodies.
Safiya, thank the heavens I spotted you first. You might have been killed.
Master Jaffe, I was worried that you might have... I was told that my mother...
I'm afraid so, my dear. I'm so sorry. If there was anything I could have done for her, I'd have done it. Nephris was a friend. But there was no stopping Ahriman once he'd gained momentum.
I'm sure she dragged some of Ahriman's pawns screaming to their deaths as she made her stand. I know you did your best, and I'm glad you did not share my mother's fate.
He's looking for you, you know. He's told the surviving masters to keep an eye out for you and your friends here. I'm not sure where he is now. Word is he's trying to find a way to kill the founder, but that may prove difficult.
Why is that?
The fact is, no one's ever seen her before. The popular belief is that she lived most of her life in a private sanctum beneath the Academy, but who knows how that got started. The Academy was founded hundreds of years ago. Now, I don't teach numerology, but unless I miscalculate, I would say Ahriman is, a few hundred years too late.
Maybe his preoccupation will buy us some time.
Unfortunately, even though he might be busy, you have the rest of the Academy to worry about. He has told faculty to avoid confrontation, but to everyone else, you're intruders here. And given your blood ties to the old regime, Safiya dear, I don't think threatening detention will have the impact it used to. Many here will be after your job.
Perhaps there are still some left who might aid us in making Ahriman's tenure a short one. He didn't kill all the masters of the Academy, did he?
Not all. Just those who resisted Ahriman, or who he thought might resist. Master Poricet is working in his lab right now, and Master Inaris is teaching class. They may be willing to help you. I would avoid the others if possible, my dear. They partook in your mother's fate. Oh, which reminds me, I have something for you, Safiya. Nephris would have meant to pass it to you, and I couldn't bear to see it confiscated by Ahriman. Here, take it. I must return to my classroom before I am missed. You'll find me there if I can be of any further help.
Well, I'm sure we could get plenty of information. Bracers of Artifice. Created by ancient Imaskyria artificers, bracers such as these hid extraordinary powers beneath their simple copper exteriors. In addition to protecting their user from harm with all the benefits of heavy armor, and none of the drawbacks, they let them focus and collect their arcane energy more effectively. Bonus spell slots and resistance. That's actually pretty good.
Yes?
Yeah, I think it's worth it. Oh yes, and you're gonna want to wear your actual robes. Alright. Well, we're here. I'm sure we can get more information from him. That's probably important. Let us speak with Master Jaffe. He's probably the only certain ally we have here. Safiya, I don't know how much more of this my poor nerves can take, dear. You should leave here as soon as you are able. I need to find out what Nephris was up to before she died. Where would I start? I should think her tower would be the place, although it'll be in bad shape. It was where she met her end, and I'm sure Ahriman will have gone through her possessions, looking for information about the Founder. If anyone had knowledge of her, it would have been Nephris, though maybe you'll get lucky. You wouldn't be interested in the same knowledge, after all. Where is Ahriman? I couldn't be sure. I would expect him to be looking for the Founder, but then again, he could be looking for you as well. The Academy is a large place, and even larger to those who know its secrets. If you are extremely fortunate, your paths may never cross, but you would be wise to keep a low profile just the same. Who is safe to talk to here? Perhaps no one. If you were to seek help, you might have the best chances with Masters Porisset or Inaris. They had no hand in that awful business with Safiya's mother, which is more than can be said for the rest. Where can I find Nephris' old chambers? Well, she's in the tower, so the directions are very simple. Look for stairs up and keep climbing until there aren't any more. Alright, I want to ask you about somebody. I'll tell you what I know, though I'm not sure it'll be useful. It's such a peculiar place, this school. People drawn here always have many facets, but most they hide from public view, and with good reason. Who would you like to hear about? Let's start with you. Well, I can't say much for your choice of subject. Get me going on that, and the only reason I'd ever stop blathering would be because we'd both fallen asleep. Let's see. I've been here as long as just about anybody. Except Nephris, of course. My research is primarily on self and identity, so that's what I teach. I used to think I knew it all, until I met a certain young lady who made it her mission to prove otherwise during my lessons. Master Jaffe, please, you're embarrassing me. Well, it's true. I've never written a more concise job recommendation in my life as when you applied to be an instructor. I wrote smarter than me. Next day, she was Mistress Safiya. True story. Alright, how about Porisset? Now there is a man dedicated to his craft in a way that most red wizards will only dream of. But don't let that massive shell of his alarm you. He's really quite harmless, even a little shy. He cares only for the shaping and manipulation of souls. He lives it, breathes it, thinks of nothing else. Students call him Master out of respect, but he isn't truly an instructor here. He's merely a visiting scholar. I don't know where he hails from. Impossible to tell with his entire being transferred into that clay golem. A marvelous innovation. Excuse me. He constantly works with tremendous temperatures, but there isn't a burn to be found on him. Hold on. He's actually a golem? Oh boy. Alright, what about Inaris? Inaris has a reputation for being temperamental with his students. He would rather advance his own research than teach, but there's less prestige in being a researcher, so he stays where he is. To his credit, though, he never seemed to care much for in-house politics, and it seems to me that in recent years he's become more interested in making a connection with his students. Inaris is rather affectionate with the female students. I think teaching is often a secondary pursuit compared to, well, his love of women. I'm glad he's making more of an effort now. You won't find a more knowledgeable teacher on the subject of soul transference anywhere else. How about Nephris? Ah, Nephris, a guarded woman, not unlike her daughter. She kept her business to herself to the very end. I cannot speak to the inner workings of her mind, only that her thoughts always seemed half in a different place, and she never smiled. Still, she always held our respect. I don't know if it was her gift for running this place efficiently, or if it was the sense that she gave you that she understood the forces that drove you better than you ever could. But before Ahriman there was never any threat to her power here, and in Thay that's a rare accomplishment. She will be missed, and the Academy will suffer from her absence. What about Safiya? I could tell you what you already know, I suppose. Or I could tell you embarrassing stories about her. Yes, and then I'd have to kill you. Both of you. With leeches and acid. Ooh, embarrassing stories. Travis! Master Jaffe, this is hardly the time. Oh, come now, Safiya, don't be so self-conscious. My stories of you are endearing. Some things never change. When she was a little girl, she was such a shy little thing, rarely said anything at all. She used to follow her mother everywhere she went, hiding in the folds of her red robes. But when the time came for her to get her first head tattoo, she was so excited, she went from classroom to classroom, telling everyone what tattoo she wanted to get. Know what it was? A homunculus! Can you imagine? We red wizards always choose the most fearsome creatures for our tattoos. Dragons or chimerae, and here was little Safiya, her heart set on a misshapen little gremlin. I think that would have been a good tattoo. Dragons are boring, homunculi would be unique. I say just to make her happier. And that was my sentiment exactly. Nothing says I'm climbing the dizzying peaks of individuality and self-expression like a dragon tattoo. Alright, thank you very much. Farewell. Appears to be all we have here. And there's still bodies here. The Red Wizards seem to have little hesitation in continuing their teaching even as corpses fill the academy. Right. Lion's Bane ring. Said to have been a ring worn by Kelimvor as he ascended to godhood, this plain band bears almost no identifying marks, but holding it alone gives one an almost palpable sense of comfort and calm. Improves saving throws against death and use resurrection. Okay then. Well, we have a whole bunch of rooms and everything. I think before I actually investigate any rooms, I'm going to take a look around. Just see what this place looks like. At least in... Doesn't really look like there's much. I mean, I hear fighting and such, but that's it. And there's a room... Oh no, that must go up to... Yes, that goes to Safiya's tower. Alright. Well, we still have a little bit of time. I suppose you can take a look in this library here. It's curious. Then we'll check these other rooms. The golem looks in your direction with an empty stare. Who are you? I am caretaker of this depository. My directives are to maintain the quiet, to secure the checking in and out of souls, and to assess late fees with prejudice. What is this place? You are in the Soul Depository within the Academy of Shapers and Binders on Thaymount in Thay. Its purpose is the catalog, storage, and loaning of souls donated by Academy personnel and alumni. Are there any rules here that I should know about? Visitors are permitted to withdraw a single soul per party. Those who attempt to leave the premises with more souls than is permitted shall face the depository's defense mechanisms. Any who stand in the depository and do not observe silence are subject to punishment by its defense mechanisms. How do I use the equipment here? Souls may be viewed by placing them in the viewing receptacle and pulling the lever next to it. How many souls can I have checked out at any given time? Visitors here are allowed to check out one soul. How many souls do I have checked out right now? You have 0 souls currently checked out. I'd like to check out a soul? You may leave with it, provided you do not exit with more souls than you are allowed. Do so and you will face punishment by the repository's defense mechanisms. How do I return a checked out soul? Bring it here and set it anywhere in the room. Souls outside the room are considered to be checked out. Souls inside the room are checked in. Huh. So, this isn't a room for libraries, for books. It's a room for souls? Well, there appear to be a few we can investigate here. We have 4 soul housings here. I guess we can investigate.
Knowledge and memories trapped in the soul service depository. Still, I usually avoid this place. Necromancy leaves me.
Necromancy, yeah, this is a little concerning. Well, I guess we can investigate these 4 souls. I'm curious about them. 91, 127, 184, 223. Well, let's start with 91. The receptacle beside you flares to life, projecting above it a dazzling display of images and forms, too much in flux to single out any in particular. Voices, too, surge and recede, whispers and echoes mostly, but gradually a singular voice rises above the rest. So perfect. And quiet, too. Not fussy. Must have got that from me. Better be careful not to say that out loud with her mom so close like this. So quiet. No idea yet what we do here. Not for a while. It only gets worse. Sorry, this is my doing. I brought you into this. Stop this. Find a way. Before it starts. Before she can work. Before... She's quiet. He doesn't know she came out alive. Maybe she didn't. Would he check? It'd be below him to check. How long could we hide her? The light above the receptacle flashes brightly, its images transitioning at an incredible pace. At last they slow and the voice from before is audible again. Did he hear? Don't move. Stay still. Just wait. Wait. A sound and it'll be the end. The straps, the wall, the lash. No, the noose. He'll have it in for me this time. He hears and she'll pay. That what you want? Give him time to sleep again. You have all night to get it. So thin without her mom. If I don't get it now, I'll have failed her. Stay patient. Quiet. Curious. It almost sounds like it's a thief or something. What about 127? Gradually a singular voice. He has to know by now. I practically told him. Could have tattooed it on my forehead. Maybe I will when it's done. I'm on the rise, he's on his way out. The Zolkirs have said as much. Just about dared me to do it. Prove I have the will to govern. I'll show that and more. I'll give them a demonstration of the kind of rule I mean to have in his place. He will be my first example, my old mentor, my fading father. I'll fly a new banner over my Tharch, crafted with his skin, stitched with his sinew. The light above the receptacle flashes brightly. Okay, the voice from before again. It's no good. Too wide. I can't close this, can't hold it together. Stand and I lose my blood all at once. All that time spent looking for wards, elaborate magical traps. He knew I'd miss it. He knew! Could I crawl to a healer? Crawl before I bleed dry? No, he'll not have the satisfaction. I'll go out on my terms, on my blade. The end to a brilliant political career. Perhaps he'll slip on the blood and break his blasted neck. That sounds like it was a politician or the like. What about 184? He hasn't seen them yet. There's still time. I can still forge them, fix them up a bit. He'll never let me stay. Tops in his glass when he was here. That's what he'll say, what he always says. He'll bring up Mother, too. I know she'll be disappointed to see her only daughter failing. Like she was with everything. Like she was with her privileged life. Like she was with her icy husband. And all her lovers. Follow my parents' examples and I'll be dead inside by the time I'm 20. Prominent, wealthy, walking dead. Everything I've always wanted. Let's see what he has to say to that. Only a single bit of news. And what about 223? Maybe it does nothing. Maybe I'll pull it and nothing will happen. Big deal for nothing. No need to get worked up. But what if it does do something? Does it look evil? What does an evil lever look like? You're hopeless. You wouldn't know an evil lever if it turned your arm into a serpent. You certainly didn't know the one that sprayed Dreneb with poison gas. You didn't know the one that burnt off Shekreth's face, or the one that was rigged to poke that sleeping manticore that ate Prevera. This is a different lever, though. Different is good. And none of them has actually done anything to the person pulling the lever yet. Must be for testing purposes. If you don't pull it and it's something good and someone else gets it, you'll never forgive yourself. Neither would Shekreth, Dreneb, and Prieva if they were still here. Their spirits are looking down at you, wishing they could be here to pull the lever with you. Friends, this is for you. Some sort of person trying out a lever. I'm guessing that didn't go as expected. Well, I'll leave them here. Shapers and binders. This is interesting. That appears to be all they have here in this room. Well, all that's left is, I guess, to explore a bit and see what we can find and do. I'm just curious. In here. Oh crap!
Die by my hand.
Students to kill. Can't see that one. Right. Honestly say I didn't expect this. So much for that. Who spilled that potion? How long has that sulfur been left to boil? I leave these students alone and they revert into children. You, if you don't mind,
The more
please.
you struggle, the more painful your judgment you feel.
A specific key is required to open it. Well, we don't have the key. So I don't think we can do anything there. Mysterious device. What is this? The surface of this bizarre contraption is covered in levers and switches, gears and cogs, any is likely a way of interfacing with the devices and next. There is a small cavity at its center into which some item might be placed, but the effect of the device on that object is difficult and perhaps frightening to imagine. Nothing happens. Okay, curious. Not sure what this is for. Doesn't seem like we have anything else to do here. Well, we can check in this room. And there's Master Inaris. Now, what is the first thing you want to do when extracting a soul? Yes, Odgit? Gag the subject. Can anyone tell me what was wrong with Odgit's suggestion? Bahiri. You have to restrain your subject first, or he'll just remove the gag. Excellent, Bahiri. A subject is only useful when he isn't fleeing. Try to think your answers through, Odg. Well, bless my high-born blood. Class, we have a very special guest here with us today. Would you care to introduce yourself to the class, Master... my name is Travis Ignam. Araman mentioned you might visit our school, but to have a true spirit eater here in front of my class... Oh, what a treat. You are generous to share your guest with us, Mistress Safiya. As always, it is a deep pleasure to have you in my room. Yes, and thank you for your excellent choice of words with regards to your pleasure. I wonder, would you be willing to show us your spirit-eating technique? I was just lecturing on the subject, but the students would surely benefit more from a live demonstration. There's a tremendous reward in it for you. I'll give you access to some of the Academy's rarest treasures. Wealth is no object to me. There's simply no substitute for hands-on learning. You want me to devour a spirit in front of the class? I want you to devour the soul of young Odgit here. His marks are so poor, you'd be doing him a favor. Trust me. What? It's true, Odgit. It's only a matter of time before a student with real potential slays you to take your place in my class. I'm merely saving you the embarrassment. What do you say, spirit eaters? I'll only demonstrate it on an undead subject. No one deserves to lose their soul. Oh, very well, but I still maintain students learn the most when they fear for their lives. Here, this should suit you better. Alright, eternal rest, consume the soul's negative energy. I want everyone to take notes on this. Note the point of extraction, the angle of the subject's torso. You will be tested. And for you, Spirit Eater, your reward as promised. This set of keys will open many locked doors in this school. A number of them house long-forgotten treasures and heirlooms, although I would recommend proceeding with caution when opening some of them. Oh, and one final note. Since they are skeleton keys, each of them opens several doors. There is one door I would ask that you not open. It is a private room adjacent to my chambers downstairs. Nothing in there would interest you, just a number of personal keepsakes. I hope you are the sort who respects privacy. My quarters are just north of the southeast staircase. I would appreciate your acceptance of these terms, given my generosity. I will stay out. Thank you for the keys. Good day to you, then. Indeed. Well, these keys will be useful. Inaris gave you the set of keys he claimed would open a number of little-used doors throughout the Academy of Shapers and Binders, as well as a chamber adjacent to his sleeping quarters, which he requested you not enter. I'll have to remember that. That said, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode, we'll take a look in there, we'll speak with Inaris, and we'll speak with plenty of other people here. See what happens. Ooh, nearly full on spirit energy. That's actually a good thing. But that'll be in the next episode, so until then, I'm Chester44, that is Travis Ignam, Safiya, Kaylin, Ganiev, and Kaji. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights 2, Mask of the Betrayer, and I shall see you all next time.